Yo, what's up everybody? It's Six, about to break down Commando off of Confessions of a Dangerous Mind with Nick Huff, hardknocktv.
Yay! The last track you got on this laptop is Commando.
Commando.
Track that G-Eazy jumped on, which ever since the tour, people have been asking for that.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It finally came together.
Yeah, I'm glad we can get one together for sure. I'm a fan, so it was definitely fun.
Did you know he was gonna jump on when you were making the beat? Were you
No, not at all. I remember this, we were back in LA actually, and I just sent Logic a whole bunch of beats, and one day he was just like one of the beats he was working on, and I think one day we just decided we wanted to feature on it, and we thought G would sound really good on here. So yeah, it just kind of happened, and G's the homie, so he knocked it out, gave us a dope verse, and yeah, I love this record, man.
On this track, and on a couple other tracks on the album, you guys reversed some things.
Yeah.
I know fans were asking like, what's up with all the reversing of voicemails or like different things like throughout the album? Was that just a sound that you guys were going for? Like, what was the intention behind that?
Yeah, that's more like on Logic, but it really is just a sound like cocaine, where it's just like, and I run yo, like I don't even know what he's saying. It's just like a cool little ad lib he put at the end of the verse, and then G actually reversed it himself. So
he did.
We got the verse, and he already did that.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, which was cool. So I guess he was already like subconsciously on our wave too. Yeah, he did it himself, and he, gave back a fire verse.
Yeah, it's funny because like I actually saw like some people like actually reversed it just to hear what he was
it's
saying.
like, I think he says like, "Help me break the internet, my bro," or something like that.
Yeah, something like we're gonna blow the internet.
Yeah, which is super cool. Like people actually took the time to like reverse it and shit. And this is one of the records that's like sonically different than what we talked about before, but because this wasn't actually going to be on the record, but then the song was so dope, we just decided to put it on there. And I think it's a dope part of the album where it's like a time to just rock out, and have fun, and just have a good time. And I think every album needs that moment. So
for sure.
I think this was a good moment on the record for sure.
How did this song come together?
So this song came together. I remember I was on this very like sway-ly, like Post Malone melodic wave in terms of like the chords and stuff. So I remember I just bought this Kronos 2 synth, like an actual analog synth, and this was one of the first beats I made on that.
So you just had the synth.
I just had the sound, and I came up with these chords actually, which is I'll show you the MIDI version. This isn't the first sound. This is the sound I added later, but these are the chords I played on the. Yeah, very simple. So I thought that was a cool vibe, and I found a cool sound, and it turns into that. Yeah, man. So this, once I had that first pad, the synth stuff, I just started adding drums on top, and I wanted to keep this like as simple and mainstream as possible. Like that was like intentionally, like kept it very, very mainstream and simple. So
when you say keep it mainstream, like what does that
mean? With the sound selection of the drums. So I'll play like the clap. This is very just like easily identifiable, to the common listener. Just a normal clap, and then just. And then just a constant hat. I think the 808s are my favorite part though, because these joints are super tough.
Those are rattlers. Right
So I wanted to counteract the the synth was so beautiful and just so calm and peaceful, and then when the drum with the 808 it kind of brings it more heavier.
You said that earlier today, the contrasting of things. It's funny because I've been watching a lot of food shows on Netflix and stuff, and they talk a lot about, you know, the contrast. You know, if you got the sweet, then you got to have the sour. It's just like it's funny
pairings,
how our pairings, like the same way you pair food, you're doing it sonically. You're pairing, you know, things.
Wow, that's true. And I love watching shows like that too. And it's like there is a similarity. You know, you gotta talk about every aspect of it, you know what I mean? It's not just one part of the food, it's like the whole experience. It's about the whole experience, so you got to contrast it with different stuff. 100%. Yeah.
And it makes the sweeter that much sweeter when you contrast it with the sour. It makes the sub that much harder when you can contrast it with something lighter. So it's crazy. The deeper I get into cooking, it's like you're literally cooking. You're
cooking, bro.
We talked about spicing and seasoning on the one of our breakdowns.
That's why we say we cook up, man. Like when we get in the lab to make beats, we cooking up, man.
That's crazy.
But you know me, I gotta have my drums like heavy. I gotta have them knocking. So I actually want to go to this next section where more drums come in. So the first part. All right, here we go. And then I gotta add a vocal. And then I added this rim shot. So I'm gonna open hi-hat. Very simple, man. And then that's where I layered this other sound, like halfway through the verse and on the hooks and stuff. You can hear that on top too. So with the other synth. Just to give it like the higher EQ on the spectrum, because the original synth is, it takes a lot of the lower spectrum, you know what I mean? So I wanted to make it more hype, so the best way to make it more hype is just add that on top, and then a little more movement.
That vocal sample, did you find it or did you torch it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just found it. Yeah. It's like new packs. Every time I get a new pack, like, it'll have a dope new sound in there. So like that's why I'm always getting digging and finding and buying new packs like all the time. Nowadays it's so crazy, man. Like there's so many drum kits and drum packs available online. It's incredible.
It's funny you brought that up because one of the questions that always comes up is when's that 6 drum kit pack all coming?
It's actually coming. It's
actually coming.
It's gonna be through Splice, and it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Okay.
Just know it's coming. We're working on it right now, actually. Cool. It's gonna be like 300 sounds.
The thing that comes up the most whenever I ask fan questions are, when's the 6 beat tape? When's the drum kit coming?
The 6 pack, it's coming.
Okay. Is the beat tape following?
Man, the fans want that too, right?
Yep.
I need to, man. I remember I said last time, man, he just takes all my beats. So now I gotta work, like, I can't sleep. I just gotta make more beats. Yep. But it's gonna come. The beat tape is definitely gonna come. I really have to focus if I make a beat tape on what kind of beats I would want to do, because I love making so many different types. Yeah. That's my biggest problem. But I think the fans will enjoy whatever I put out, so it's gonna come. I'm sure you have a ton of beats out there already. I have so many beats that you can just put together. I could and make it a beat tape. Because if 90% of the stuff isn't making the album, I'm sure some of that stuff can make. Well, like I said, I hate going back to old stuff, so it's I would make fresh ones. I make fresh beats for the beat tape for sure. I just gotta get on it. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure I could put out my older beats too, and people will love it. It's just I think me creatively, I would want to just make something so crazy, you know what I mean? Yeah, I want those 6 lost tapes. Yeah. You know how now it's goes through the lost tapes, it's all the cuts that we're supposed to make albums. I should just play random beats. Yeah. At the end. Yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah. But this is simple, man. Just a dope track. This is the whole beat right here. There's another one too. I think live would go off, man. Because it's so simple, so every sound's gonna resonate like super hard. Like the kick and the 808 are gonna come through like super tough.
It's crazy because you say it's so simple, yet I think there's a complexity to keeping things simple.
No, like, yeah,
I remember when we did something with Mustard, a lot of people were like, it's so simple. There's only like 5 elements. Man. There's this, that, and the third. And it's like, well, Mustard's still making hits.
There's only one Mustard, man.
So it's
That's
like
his sound.
It's his sound, and it's like it's hard to make things simple. Like you have to really know what the sound is to know like these are the 5 elements that are going to make this knock. Because sometimes people are like, well, this isn't a hit enough, so let me add this other thing. Or this isn't melodic enough, so let me add this other thing.
Can't get lost in the sauce.
You can't get lost in the sauce. And there's something to simplicity and having the ear to know, okay, this is the right kick, or this is the right melody, or this is the right whatever. I don't need to just fill a bunch of noise. I just want to select the things that are going to make this
and not saying that's the only way to do it.
Not at all.
It's just me, like the stuff that I grew up listening to. It's like so simple, man. Every Dilla track is 3 tracks. It's a sample, drums, and a bass line. And it's like, why is he the best? It's like, why is he the best? It's because his shit was so simple, and every sound to the average listener you could hear. And I think that's what sticks out with listeners too. It's not about how many sounds are in the beat. It's like, can they like hear one sound out of it that they really like.
Right.
It's like why a Murder Beats is so good. It's like when people hear his beats, it's like, man, that flute. That flute is so hard. It's like if there's 30 instruments in it, it's like you're not gonna be able to say that.
Right.
But like that's what makes his shit pop. It's like the simple lead line on top. It's like what people can just hear. They're not digging for it in the song. It stands out to you. Yeah. And I think that's important. It's like if it doesn't stand out to you, take it out. And that's what I'm pretty sure I added more stuff on top of it. But for me, this was just, you can hear every sound. You can hear the vocal, you can hear the lower synth, the higher synth, the drums. You can hear every part of the beat. You know what I mean? Nothing's lost.
How often do you go back and subtract elements from a song?
All the time. All the time. Especially when vocals get added. Like if I'm in the studio with someone and like I can hear them rapping it, like I will take shit out already. Like knowing based on the flow and stuff like that. So vocals take up like 70% of the record, I think.
Because I remember early on when we did this, you had showed me that you had like a Nas acapella. Like you'll pull an acapella just so you know exactly where those vocal, like that space is going to go in the song.
How it's going to sit on the beat.
Right. How often do you do that?
I'll still do it all the time.
You still do it?
All the time.
So does this have a reference on it? Or is like...
Maybe. I'll even just go on like YouTube and play acapellas like as the beat's going, you know what I mean, to get to see if the vibe or fit and stuff. Like, and I'll even hear that, and I'll mix my beats based on the acapella. So it's like I know the acapella is a studio master.
Right.
And it's like if I put the studio master on my beat and you can't hear the hi-hat, I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So it's like that helps me mix a lot too. But for this one, I don't think I did.
So you'll just find an acapella in the tempo of the beat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's like if I don't have a rapper around or artist around and I just want to hear somebody on it, I'll do it. Yeah, it really helps for mixing, for arranging, for everything. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. I still use it all the time.
Useful tips.
Yep. I really want to do a whole project with that too.
Yeah.
Like, beats and then like with some like recognizable verses on there for like Nas, and I mean I don't know how we can like. That's another sample clearing issue, but that's some mixtape shit. It could be fun.
I know one of the questions that's come up a lot is, what are the chances that we hear 6 rap on a 6 beat?
Never. I mean, it could happen. Never say never, but
yeah,
I don't have the passion for it.
I will say this though, there were some times in this Tokyo trip.
What, I was freestyling?
Where we were we were in the bus.
Oh yeah.
And you just jumped in with some freestyle. So I mean, it's in you. I know it's there somewhere.
I might have had a little sake bottles, consumed, but man, you never know. You never know. I could have fun one day and just do it.
Do you ever do it?
I'm at the crib, I'm like flowing and
See your own shit?
Yeah. 100%.
Do you ever record it?
Sometimes I do.
So you tell me there's some files in here where you're rapping to
maybe not to this one, but for some ones I have. I'll listen back to the next day and be like, oh man, I'm glad I didn't send that to nobody. Because there's some moments where I'm like, yo, I should send this to Bob as like a reference. And I'm like, listen the next day, it's like, yo, that shit is garbage. I'm so glad I didn't do it. But I mean, it could happen. I just gotta have the passion for it, Like I really just gotta have I've never been a great writer. like English has never been like my strong suit, like in school and shit. I don't know, just.
I'm sure you're good with melodies.
And melodies is different, but I'm talking about like lyric wise, like that's not my strong suit.
Well, we're in an age where you probably you don't even need that many lyrics. All you need is to catch that melody.
I can catch that melody for sure. Put some auto tune, but we'll see.
All right, so this is all new information to me. How often out of your beats do you rap on top of?
When I say I'm just like I'll just be in the crib and I'll just do shit like that, like
exclusive.
I'll just do shit like that, you know what I mean? Like just for fun, just to get, I don't know. But everybody does that.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Maybe I'll be more vocal when I'm in the session, and artists will be like, "Oh, what you doing?"
Right, that sounds good.
Yeah, get some of that writing pub. So yeah, it'll be cool.
Dope.
I'm down.
All right, one of these days, I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna find some.
You're like, "Oh, what's that, man?" There's a lot on Supermarket where it's just me and my guitar. I was just singing.
Just singing?
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
All right, I'm gonna need y'all to request it so we can get it.
Hey, man, that might never come out. Just letting you know right now.
Never say never.
that's the process though. That you gotta go through sometimes. Like, even if it's just for yourself, it's never gonna happen. But if you can think of something cool on it, that there's hope. You know what I mean? Like if I'm sitting there, I'm like, damn it, if it's inspiring me to write, it's a good thing.
No, I remember just on that trip in Tokyo and just some of the stuff you're saying. I was like,
damn.
I gotta hear 6 on a beat.
Man,
like,
shit, you gassing me right now, getting me hyped. I might have to.
Let's go. Let's go. Anything else with this track?
Yeah, I think I have my acapella thing now. I think we're good on this one.
Oh.
Yeah.